banter that I'm gonna punch you in the face. No, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Can you take them seriously? It's a bit weird, but it is what it is.
It's very watchable though. That's
Yeah.
what I'm finding. You sort of like there's little awkward silences, and then suddenly someone will turn it up, and you think, oh, is he serious? And then it'll turn back down. You sort of don't know where you are with it. But what about yourself today? You will be facing off with Samuel Antwi. You'll be having a chat. What are you expecting from Samuel?
I'm expecting everything I would from a good challenger. He's going to come, he's confident, he's going to bring his arsenal, and I'm just going to tell him how things are going to go, and that's how things are going to go.
So you're going to tell him how it's going to go. Give me a bit of an insight. How are things going to go?
I don't want to give too much away, but I mean, when I take him to deep waters, I'm going to come back and he's going to stay there.
Oh, what a brilliant thing to say. What a brilliant thing to say. And this will be fight number 4 with the British title on the line, which means should you win, which you say, of course.
Yeah, when I win, yeah.
You get to keep hold of that title. Look at this face. Look at this face. How much would it mean to you?
It's like that title is like a British crown remade into a belt. King of Britain, I can't wait.
And the Commonwealth as well.
And the Commonwealth as well. It's just, what can I say? You can't really say much. I'm just excited for the fight.
It's a belt that looks good on you, by the way. I always thought that Echo Esmond with that belt on it, it looks good. So I've heard him say something about he wants to get this British title fight out of the way and then sort of move on. Do you think there's any danger he's looking past the engine? Could he be doing that?
No, you know what? I take every challenge I've had as someone fighting for a world title, because the British is some people's world titles. So he's going to be the best Samuel Antwi that he can be, and I'm always the best engine that I will be. So I'm sorry to him to be another victim of my success.
You have a mutual opponent, Darren Tetley. There may be some more mutual opponents, but that's the one that stood out to me. You boxed him at Wembley Stadium, you went the distance. He boxed him, he stopped him.
Good morning. 6:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, September the 22nd, 2022. This is the final press conference for the undercard and main event of Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker, which is going to be on BT Sport. Is it box office pay-per-view? It's pay-per-view over in Australia? Let me check. I think it's pay-per-view. It's for the WBO interim to be the mandatory for Alexander Usyk, who is the WBA IBF in Ring Magazine, along with the WBO titles at heavyweight. Tyson Fury has the WBC and talks to fight Anthony Joshua in December. Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk on August the 20th. So it's a very significant heavyweight fight. So they're going to do the undercard first, then the final press conference. I'm going to be here streaming during the main event of Joyce versus Parker on Saturday, for those who want to come and watch the fight with me. Also this Saturday, what's the other fight? You have Maxie Hughes, Kid Galahad, Terry Harper, Hannah Rankin. On Friday, you have Shakur Stevenson taking on Robson Conceicao. Saturday night leading into Sunday for the degenerate boxing fans, the real low-down degenerates. After Game of Thrones, you can tune in to Fight.tv to watch Floyd Mayweather take on Makura Asakura on Ryzen in the 3-round exhibition. So I got a busy ass weekend. So this is supposed to be my full day back on the saddle. Also, later on today at 4 p.m. Eastern, Deontay Wilder has a live media workout from Las Vegas from the UFC gym. Then we got the weigh-in for Stevenson versus Conceicao. It's going to be busy. It's going to be, I'm busy. So I'm painting the house. I got a big trial coming up. So I've been a little I'm locked in. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm locked in. But anyway, what's going on? How you guys doing? How you guys feel about this fight? I think Joe Joyce going to edge it. If I'm being honest, I think Joe Joyce going to edge it. I like Joe Parker. He can box. His overall boxing ability is highly, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say highly, it is underrated in my opinion. Like, he can box, he can move. You know, but one thing about the Juggernaut is he keep coming forward, you know? That shit's a problem. So yeah, we're gonna sit here and watch the undercard press conference while I'm doing other shit in the background and getting ready for the day. You know, next week is a dead weekend in boxing, and then we come back strong with Conor Ben Creasy-Bank Jr., Sebastian Fundora versus Carlos Ocampo. It's going to be on Showtime. Ben versus Eubank Jr. versus Ben. It's going to be on the Zone. Pay-per-view in the UK. Then October the 15th, in 3 weeks, we have Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall card, which was postponed to the Queen due to the Queen's passing. So overall, you know, Frank Warren cards continue to contend to drag on, and the press conferences too. But this card, I'm not, you know, I mean, yeah, you got Amanda Serrano taking on Sarah Mahfood. How do you pronounce her name? I don't want to, you know. But anyway, let's go listen to the press conference. See what's going on. This is live, the live feed, by the way.
Sport box office. And we had a few things to say. Have a look at this. So it is the one, the only Jake Paul. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing good, man. Just hanging out in training camp, getting ready for October 29th against Anderson Silva.
Yes, of course. I saw that. And I thought it's quite surreal to see a real legend of combat sports fighting someone like Anderson Silva.
That's good. I like that. I gotta use that.
It's all yours.
Man,
it's all yours. All going good?
This is a crazy, you know, it's funny. It's a crazy matchup, man. I never thought I'd be fighting one of my idols. So here we are.
And let's talk about Amanda Serrano. I mean, let me just go back to when your fight with Tommy Fury collapsed, right? When that fight collapsed, that meant Amanda Serrano's fight with Brenda Carabajal collapsed as well. And her world must have fallen apart somewhat. And here you are, delivering an opportunity for her, a bigger fight, a unification fight on a massive show over here in the UK. You must be delighted to deliver for her.
Yeah, no, 100%. We at Most Valuable Promotions wanted to keep the ball rolling for her and, keep the money flowing in, keep the fights active. And we were able to line up this fight for her, which is a perfect fight on a really big card in front of the UK. And like you said, unification. So this is going to be really cool and a big opportunity for her. And hopefully she can get the job done and then move on to the next opportunity.
Jake, when are you going to fight in the UK? When are we going to see you over here? Because there's plenty that want to fight you. And I know someone who definitely wants to fight you. And his name's Tommy Fury. And I want to see it. When are we going to see you over here?
We'll see, man. I'm down to come back there. That's where I made my boxing debut. I love the UK. And, even though I bicker with a lot of the fighters there and people there, I love all the UK fans, and I would love to come back there and put on a show, man. But this is the thing. You said Tommy wants to fight me, and I don't know if that's true. Like, if he wanted to fight me, I think he would have made it happen the first 2 times. And then obviously KSI doesn't want to fight me either. I told him I would fight him for free on 20-day notice, and he didn't take that offer. So, we'll see, man.
Why they just cut the feed like that? That wasn't me.
Joe Joyce, Joe Parker.
Hold on.
What?
Let me mute that. That's probably going to get me copywritten. But yeah, we're here early. As I was saying, I'm back. It's a lot of content coming. Let me tell you what's coming today. We got Shakur Stevenson, Robson Contecal weigh-in, and then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be streaming the Deontay Wilder media workout live from the UFC Apex in Vegas. I'm going to be working my ass off this weekend. So I'm doing all my food prep and finishing up my chores today because I got to cover the top rank card tomorrow night. We're going to be streaming during that main event. And then 3 cards on Saturday. Let me pull up the boxing schedule for you. I'm going to be streaming during this main event, by the way, for Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker, for those who want to join me. But then you have the Maxie Hughes Kid Galahad card, which was supposed to be originally Lee Wood and Mauricio Lara. You got Terry Harper and Hannah Ronkin. I'm really looking forward to that fight. Females fight at 154 pounds. And I'm normally up at around 5:36 every day. So normally these press conferences take place at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So I was thinking damn, it's 6:57. So I had to start and rush real early. I did wash my ass, so we good. I'm trying to get my my morning weed going in my vape. I haven't had my tea yet, so I'm a little off. Give me a minute. I'm a little off, and I don't want to get sick. I got the air conditioner on, and I just got out the shower, and I'm already having allergy issues. I'm looking at the boxing schedule here. So Saturday, ESPN Plus here in the States, BT Sport box offers over in the UK. Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker, Amanda Serrano versus Sarah Mahfoud. Michael Magnesi versus Anthony Scarsese. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Over on the Zone. At the same time, competing cards, Maxie Hughes versus Kid Galahad, Hannah Rankin versus Terry Harper, Solomon Daklis versus Dominic. Okay, I'm going to just butcher those names. Later on that night, at 11 p.m. Eastern, you got Floyd Mayweather versus Mikuru Asakura. I saw your comment, Fabian. I'm going to cover Mayweather versus McGregor, so you really don't want my thoughts. You got Chris Cyborg taking on Simone De Silva. I'm interested in that. It's going to be on Sunday. So it's a busy weekend. It's a busy weekend. I'm going to be covering all these shits. Yeah, apparently Canelo Golovkin 3 did somewhere between 550 and 600,000 pay-per-view buys here in the States, but just a little over 1 million pay-per-view buys globally. So I guess according to, the Zone, we're counting global pay-per-view buys. But over here in the States, did about 500 to 600K or so, which would be a flop. Not a flop. A flop in this, it's not a flop in this day and age. Because if you get 500,000 pay-per-view buys in this day and age with streaming, you're doing something good. But for the money that was spent for Canelo and Golovkin, just the purses alone were reported to be 45 for Canelo and 20 million for Golovkin. That right there, 65 motherfucking $million. And then you got to factor in broadcast to put everything together with advertisement had to be maybe 10 to 20 million or so. Let's go listen to Joe Parker while they're doing this build-up content. I haven't seen any of this stuff.
What Joe Joyce's plan is and his team.
Do you care?
I wouldn't say I don't care, but I'm more focused on myself and what my plan is.
Have you thought about knocking him out?
Yeah, I have. I've seen him get hit with a lot of punches. And my knockout ratio isn't the greatest or the worst, but I do have knockout power.
So have you envisaged it?
Yeah, I have. I envision knocking him out.
Do you want to talk me through it?
Yeah. Boom. Straight on the chin.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
But that's a right hand straight down the pipe, right?
Straight down the pipe, yeah. Or a left hook. I'm not, I've pictured it in my head with different punches.
So you got a variety of ways of knocking out Joe Joyce?
Yeah. It just has to land, listen, it has to land at the right time in a clean punch. And Joe Joyce can take a punch, but can he take a lot of punches?
Okay, so basically these rounds are what we call lovingly referred to as the pads of doom. So what pads of doom are designed to replicate? They're designed to replicate everything that she'll go through in a championship level fight.
It's my favourite day of the week.
Right, you ready? Right, straight on it, mush from the start, you ready? And 1, 2, go. 1, 2, move. 1, 2, hook. 1, 2, hook, cross. No matter what the opponent brings, if they want to sit in and graft, she can sit in and graft. Bench, where we go? Drive me back. That's it. Drive. Good girl. Sit in. A little bit of graft. Go. Good. Lovely. That's great power. But she doesn't just sit in and graft. She will always finish. That's what she does. Right? So that kick, that, and again. That kick, that. We're well aware that this is our hardest opponent by a long stretch. She is one tough lady.
Yeah, if I would have known that there would have been all this filler, I would have started the stream. My chair's so low. I would have started the stream when the press conference came on, like when they actually like sat down. So this is just filler fluff. But overall, I'm looking forward to the fight. The winner is going to be the mandatory for Alexander Usyk. The only current mandatory Felix Hergovitz is the IBF mandatory. The winner of Joyce versus Parker is going to be the WBO mandatory. Hergovitz is the IBF mandatory, and the winner of Daniel Dubois, the winner of Michael Hunter versus Huey Fury, has to fight Daniel Dubois to be the WBA mandatory. And then Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are close to closing in on the deal. They're sorting out broadcaster issues for them to fight in December, which is crazy. Also, the rumor going around is that Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz on PBC on Fox pay-per-view did 65,000 pay-per-view buys. Ooh, you know? Ooh. And I know for sure that fight was streamed to smithereens because everybody said they was going to do it. They're like, the kids go back to school in a couple days. We ain't paying for that shit. Because here in the States, it was on a Sunday night. And the kids went back to school 2 days later when gas is high as shit, inflation, food. People don't got no money for that. Like, it's like sometimes they're asking people to stream their fights. They're begging for it, putting on all these damn pay-per-views. You know, Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, is a pay-per-view attraction, you know? But him fighting a sparring partner on pay-per-view, you know, and I like Robert Helenius. I was a huge fan of Robert Helenius in the early 2010s and the mid-2010s. No bullshit. But it's like his chin is jelly. Once Deontay Wilder touch it, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be real ugly. I think that Robert Helenius can be winning on all of the rounds. And people going to be surprised, like, oh, this guy's good. Oh. And then wham, he going to bed. He's going to bed. You know? But yeah, it is a little bit 7:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm normally up this early, but these press conferences in the UK don't normally start till like 8 a.m. or so. Like this is like at least 8 a.m. This is early for a press conference for over there. But I see that they're just starting, you know, using a whole bunch of filler and shit. So here in the States, it's going to be on ESPN it's going to be on top rank on ESPN Plus at about I just might as well just fucking pull it up, right? Let's go boxing info. Might as well just pull it up. Let's get the time for you. See what's going on. They're showing classic fight right now on ESPN News. Lomachenko versus Pedraza. See, look, it says the press conference here is going to be at 8 a.m. Like, bro, they're streaming it on ESPN. Like, you know what we can go watch, though? I didn't watch the media workout. So 1 p.m. Eastern is the weigh-in for Stevenson versus Conticao. The main card starts tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Joyce versus Parker main card starts at 2 p.m. on Saturday. There we go. So in the meantime, while we're here, I didn't get a chance to look at the media workout yesterday. I'm painting my house, and it's been whooping my ass. Bro, Big J, you killing me. I know it's Big J. No, it's Big J. I knew it. Big J says it's on a stand over in Australia. All right, let me see. What was I doing? Joseph Parker. Got to put up their resumes first. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch none of the media stuff this week. Like, I used to paint when I was a kid, like in the summers. And I used to get paid real dirt cheap. You know, when I look back, I was getting paid like fucking $60 a day to paint a whole room as a kid. Like, bro, that was robbing me. But I've been painting my house, and it's been whooping me. Then go to the gym, got to paint, go to the gym, set everything up, and it's just, you know, well, let me stop bitching. So yeah, as soon as after this stream is over, I'm gonna head to the market, get all of my stock up the fridge, do some food prep. I'm making meatloaf, low-cal meatloaf. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna turn out with some lean ground beef. But this is from the media workout yesterday. We're gonna listen to both fighters because right now they're on a break. We're gonna leave that up on the screen. Nah, it's gonna be 93% beef and 7% fat, I believe this would. And I'm putting an egg up in there so I can have some moisture. Yeah, I don't want it to be all dry.
Get my head down.
What's that bloke's name? The dude, they just showed him on camera. He was the one that told Anthony Joshua that he won against Usyk. You know, I am not a fan, you know, I don't like, you know, like I am not a fan of like when you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be like a journalist or a reporter, you know, I don't like when you just like go out of your way, excuse my language, to suck a boxer's cock. I don't like, bro, like we all seen that he clearly lost the fight, and you want to be like the, you know, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, like you won, mate. You really won. Fuck what these judges say and all that. The dude right here with the jeans on, with the white sneakers. I forgot his name. But it's Spencer Oliver. But it's like, bro, like, what is you doing? And it was like, I was disgusted. I ain't gonna lie, I was disgusted. No, not Bunsey. Leave Bunsey out of this. He ain't do nothing. Not Bunsey. But yeah, bro. But how do you feel about this undercard? Yeah, but Frank Warren undercard, sometimes, you know, they be a little, you know. I mean, God bless him. He be trying. So the undercard press conference is going to start before they bring out the main event guys. Which is going to be headlined by Amanda Serrano. Who tried to get Katie Taylor to come down to 126? They tripping. Katie Taylor's next fight just got announced too. That press release came out yesterday. I forgot who it was. It's Carabajal. But which one is it? Let me check real quick. Fucking emails, bro. There's been a lot of boxing shit coming out. Even Zurdo Ramirez is having a media day today. Niggas getting busy. I met Amanda Serrano years ago in New York. I forgot which card. I think she was supposed to be on, I forgot which card it was. I think it was when Luis Ortiz had first signed with PBC, the fight that got canceled because of his blood pressure pills. Oh, press conference starting. We'll talk after.
Because it's a big fighting city, and we've got a big fight night, Saturday night, live on BT Sport box office at the AO Arena, Manchester. Joyce.
What's going on, Gabe?
Joseph Parker, the WBO interim heavyweight championship. These two finally collide. And if you look around here, we have got an absolutely stellar undercard, top to toe. You've got unification fights, you've got world title fights, you've got British title fights. Everything that you need is on this show, brought to you by Queensbury in association with Boxer. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the undercard press conference first. Then we're going to move these tables at the front, do some face-offs. The fighters get to look at each other for the final time before the weigh-in tomorrow. And then we're going to bring the big guys up here for the main event press conference. We're going to start with a man who realised a dream back in July. At the third time of asking, he finally became the British champion. Mark Heffron, a bit of a homecoming fight for you, a chance to show off those new belts To your fans, you must be looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Really looking forward to fighting back here in Manchester. Sell a lot of tickets here in Manchester, and I'm looking forward to it.
You were yesterday at the public workout. My understanding is you weren't even supposed to be.
My gut says Joyce too, but I was wrong last week, so I got to listen to my brain, not my gut.
I squashed Joe earlier on that day, and he said, "Oh, we won't hit the pads." But obviously, when I got here, I brought my wraps with me, and obviously I wanted to hit the pads when I got here, so we did it.
By the way, BT is notorious for having sound issues.
It means the world to me. Since I started boxing since a little kid, I always wanted to win the British title, and then obviously I went on to go and do it.
And tell me this, Mark, there appears to be a bit of a gap right now in Manchester for someone to come along to to bear the flag for Manchester boxing. Ricky Hatton did it for so many years. At the moment, I'm not sure there is anyone who's doing that. Are you the next guy?
Definitely, I'm the man to fulfil that, and yeah, I'll be going on to win some good fights and bring some more titles back to Manchester.
And what can we expect from you on Saturday night?
Fireworks, going to expect a very good performance from me, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've got a good, durable opponent from Argentina who's been in some good fights, had some good wins, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to it too. We'll see you on. We'll see you tomorrow at the weigh-in.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
We've got a big title fight. The WBC International Featherweight Championship is on the line. It's one of two female fights on the card. It's a big one for Raven Chapman. She's 3-0 so far, and she's biting off a hell of a lot in Jorgelina Guanini. Let's speak first to Guanini. Jorgelina, you are a former world champion yourself. You must be looking around, looking at these belts that Amanda has up here, and you must be thinking, hey, I want to be a world champion again soon.
Sí, buenas tardes a todos. Bueno, buenos días. Sinceramente estoy muy feliz de esta oportunidad y bueno, el sábado estaremos exponiendo nuestras habilidades ahí arriba del ring contra una gran boxeadora que es Raven.
Who's translating that then? I think, well, I mean, I can do the translation. Raven, she ain't happy. She ain't happy.
Okay,
I mean,
my English is not good, okay? So I am very happy for this opportunity. Nothing. I hope a good performance for Saturday. Thank you.
I'll ask you one more thing. That was good, by the way. Let's come on. Hold on. She can do the whole thing in English. You know she can. You know she can. Jorgelina, I saw a picture of you with Marcos Maidana on your Instagram. We know how he fights. Are you looking to kind of bring that sort of fight to Raven Chapman on Saturday?
Traducime. I hope.
Okay, well, look, I won't ask you anymore, Jorgelina. We'll see you again when you do a face-off with Raven. Raven, this is it. The stage is set. It's your fourth fight. It's your biggest fight. It's your most important fight. And you've got an opponent there who's a former world champion. She takes the scalp of young British fighters. She did Stevie Levy in her last fight. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this one.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm really happy for the opportunity. Thank you, Guanini, for taking the fight and giving me the opportunity to be able to contest for a title. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it and showing what I'm about on Saturday night. And we're going to have a good tear up. I can see from what Guanini's style is like and my style. It's going to be an exciting fight and a good one for the fans. And hopefully us girls will be stealing the show.
I've seen you doing some sparring with Ellie Scotney. Ellie Scotney has boxed against Guanini over here. What has that done for you? Have you been able to get any kind of insight, any little trade tricks, any secrets?
Yeah, I think, I've not really spoke to Ellie about it. I think my coach has spoken to her. But for me, I'm just focusing on what I'm doing and going with the game plan that my coach has given me by what he's seen and what he's heard. So yeah, we'll be going in and we'll be striking hard.
Well, since I met you, Raven, there's a fight that you've been talking about. One day you've dreamt of it. You've dreamt of fighting Amanda Serrano one day. She's one of your idols. She sat behind you. Say hello.
Hello. It's quite mad, really. Like, she sat right behind me. You know, I've always looked up to Amanda and like what she's achieved in boxing and for women in boxing and creating that pathway for people like myself to come through. And you know, we always said from the start the dream would be to be sharing a ring with Amanda. I mean, in a sense, I get to do that on Saturday night, but the dream is to maybe face her one day.
Well, yeah, you're sharing a table with her today, and I understand you want to go for a Nando's with her after the weigh-in. So again, if you want to ask her out.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever had a cheeky Nando's before? You have to do that after the weigh-in. We'll be at the closest one.
There you go. Finally, Raven. I mean, your Queensbury debut was over within 60 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's got to go a bit longer, right?
Yeah, obviously you've got to be happy with the performance on that day, but never satisfied. So on Saturday night, I know I'm going to be in for a tougher challenge, and I just can't wait to have that challenge. Really, that's what it's about. That's why we're in the game. You know, you want to be fighting, you know, good opponents, and you know, I've got a former world champion in front of me, so I know I'm going to be in for a hard night on Saturday, and hopefully I can show what I'm about.
Well, we can't wait for it. The WBC International Featherweight Championship on the line in that fight. Let's now speak to a couple of middleweights who are contesting the IBO International Middleweight Championship. It's going to be Nathan Heaney against Jack Flatley. We'll speak first to Jack Flatley. Where's Jack? Let's get. Oh, there's Jack. All right. Jack, I spoke to you around a month ago. Tell us why you feel this is the right fight at the right time for Jack Flatley.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for me. Obviously, being here, being at Manchester Arena, which is close by to me. I mean, it's 20-minute drive away from me, so it's good to have, you know, some of my fans here as well. Obviously, I boxed out in Bilbao in Spain, away fighter. In the Champions back garden, so it's a good opportunity to be a bit close to home, get good exposure, being on BT Sports in front of a good crowd. Yeah.
I understand Nathan's never really been a boxer that's been on your radar. Were you surprised when you got the call for this fight?
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest, because obviously I've been competing at super welterweight. Obviously this fight is at middleweight, but like I say, I took the opportunity with both hands, and I'm buzzing for it, yeah.
He's done over 1,600 tickets. There'll be 1,600 Stokies in there minimum on Saturday night. Does that concern you at all? It's going to be very hostile in there for you, Jack.
No, I'm not concerned by it. I'm going to relish it, if anything. I mean, that the noisier it is, the better atmosphere it is. It means it's more to enjoy. So I mean, I've been like I said, I've been in Bilbao, fought in front of 5,000-6,000 Spanish fans there, outnumbered probably 6,000 to 2. I had probably 2 people there with me, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that on Saturday night now.
You've been an English champion in the past. There is a chance to become a champion or get hold of a title on Saturday night. Tell us why you're going to beat Nathan Heaney.
I just believe that my boxing ability will come through. Everything that I've been working on for more than half of my life, to be honest. I've been boxing since I was 10 years old.
These motherfuckers gonna put me to sleep. Jesus.
This is my 100th fight in total in combination with amateur and pro, and I feel like it's meant to be now, yeah.
And the final one for you, Jack. When I came to visit you, I noticed the tattoo on your arm. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. It's Roberto Duran. It says no mass. And I said to you, do you think you can take Nathan Heaney to a no-mass moment? And you said yes. Do you stand by that?
Yeah, of course. I believe when I turn up on the night, no one's seen the best of me yet. I mean, if I turn up and I'm the best of my ability, I don't like mouthing off, saying I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But I know that if I turn up, I'll be bringing it and to take the win home with me.
All right, Jack. Well, look, Jack Flatley's going to turn up on Saturday, and it sounds like there's going to be a lot of Stokies there. Nathan Heaney, you've done so many tickets. I think this is your personal record. There's going to be some atmosphere in there on Saturday, isn't there?
Yeah, Dev. It's superb, and yeah, just quickly say, if any of them are watching at home, thank you very much for your support. Massively appreciated. First time, basically, I'm fighting in someone's backyard. Wherever we go normally, we take the place over, and it's like...
You know, we need a little bit of Campbell Hatton.
Whereas Manchester's a little bit different. We've got a lot of people there, but no doubt he's going to have a lot of supporters himself. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you make of Jack Flatley?
Jack Flatley's a very, very, very good fighter. On the domestic scene, he's a very good fighter. He's a former English champion and fought for the European title previously, which you only fight for the European title if you're of a certain stature of a fighter. And so yeah, he's a very, very good fighter, and one that we've prepared for the way we should.
Generally, when I ask people in boxing about this fight, there's a little bit of, ooh, has Nathan Heaney bitten off more than he can chew? I spoke to British champion Denzel Bentley, and he said to me, I don't know what Flatley has got left in him, but if he's anything like when he fought Troy Williamson, then it's a tough fight for Nathan Heaney. What do you think? Why are so many people thinking that this could be a very hard night for you on Saturday?
It will be an hard night if the right things aren't done. Domestic dust-ups are very important for our careers in terms of making or breaking it. If he beats me, it could break the career. But if we have a fantastic fight and I come through the way I should, then it obviously makes it as well, because I want to keep this going. And yeah.
He's got that no mass tattoo. I've sort of led him on to saying he can make you say no mass. I've said that, got him to sort of say it a couple of times. Do you think he can make you wilt under his pressure in there on Saturday?
I pride myself on being one of the mentally strongest people that I know. No one's ever made me quit, and if he was to do that, which obviously we're there to make sure he doesn't, he'd be some man, because, yeah.
Okay, the IBO International Middleweight.
Oh, we need some Adam Smith. There's that respect.
And this, I mean,
what up, JC?
So good. I mean, now we're going to talk about a British and Commonwealth welterweight championship fight. Echo Esserman defends against his mandatory Samuel Antwi. It's another Queensbury versus boxer, by the way. Echo Esserman, of course, with Queensbury, who won the purse bids for this fight, and Samuel Antwi with boxer. Let's have a chat to Samuel first. Samuel, former Southern Area champion, former English champion, future British and Commonwealth champion. Talk to me.
Of course, first and foremost, I want to thank God as well for making this opportunity possible. Big thanks to Ben Shalom and to Queensbury for this co-promotion. They put on a hell of a show. It's title fights back to back, so it's going to be action packed.
So BT is notorious for having like sound issues at their press conferences. It's been going on for like 3 years now. So it's not me.
There's plenty of very good welterweights in this country. You're going to fight one on Saturday in Echo Esserman. There's also Michael McKinson. There's Conor Benn. There's some good guys in this country at your weight. Where do you place yourself?
I'm here to prove I'm the best in Britain, So this is a test that I need to pass with flying colours on Saturday night. And from there, we're going to keep on moving up and proving our next steps.
You said yesterday at the workout that you've got ambitions way beyond these British and Commonwealth titles, and you actually said the term stepping stone. Is that how you see Echo Esserman?
It's not a stepping stone. I would say it's a test that I need to pass. It is the next part of my career that I need to get through. So when I started boxing, I was training with a world champion at a time, and I always thought, world champion, and then these are the steps that I've had to take to get to that goal, So this is the next one. It's presented itself now, and we're taking it.
Tell us how you're going to do it on Saturday.
We're just coming away with the win any way we can.
He calls himself the Engine. You call yourself the True Sensation. What happens when the Engine meets the True Sensation?
Like I said before, maybe we'll have to send Echo to the garages, MOT test. We'll see.
There you go. Thank you, Samuel. Echo, your right of reply. You call yourself the Engine. He says he's going to send you to the garage. Talk to me.
It
might be truly unsensational. I think Samuel Antwi is an amazing fighter. That was just a jib. I think he's an amazing fighter. I've watched some of his fights coming on, and I think it's his time to help me shine, and he will be a perfect dancing partner to further cement and show and make a statement of everything that I can do.
And what is everything you can do? What have we seen so far? How much is left to give?
You haven't seen everything. I mean, you've seen little glimpses of this and that, but you haven't seen the culmination of it all. And I can't wait to get in there and enjoy myself and enjoy the fight and just do what I do and enjoy it.
And you are a proud British champion. Tell us how much it means to carry that belt. You've defended it a few times now, and very soon you could own it outright. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Very soon I will own it outright. It's like a British crown melted down and turned into a belt. And just when I feel it around my waist, it's just that king energy. And what kings do when they have people stepping up to their throne, they have to reign over it. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Tell us why you beat Samuel Antwi on Saturday night.
I've done the work to be the boss, and just like him, I've come up the hard way. But when we step into the ring and he's on the other side of the ring, he's my opponent, and unfortunately a victim of my success. I'm going to drown him in my energy and come back the winner.
Well, before I move on to the next fight, I don't know if you want to say anything back to that, Samuel. I mean, these were fairly strong words from Echo.
Yeah, it's all fair play. Echo's a good guy, you know. But like I said, you know, we're friends outside the ring, but once we're in the ring, it's business. And yeah, we're looking to come away on the new.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Echo. Thank you, Samuel. Our next contest that we'll talk about here today is for the IBO Super Featherweight World Championship. The champion, Michael Magnesi, defending against Anthony Kakachi. We'll speak first to the champion. Michael, lovely to have you here. Welcome. It's the first time that UK fans will have seen you. What can UK fans expect from Michael Magnesi? I think you've got a translator around here somewhere.
Salve, non speak English, sorry. Per la prima volta che combatto qui è bello, per me è tutto nuovo, anche questa conferenza stampa per me è una cosa nuova, quindi sono fiero e contento di essere qui. Spero che il match contro Anthony sia un match sul pugilato, è un pugilato pulito, onesto e corretto, quindi spero di fare un bel incontro e di avere davanti un buon avversario.
Okay, I speak English a little. Magnesi is very happy to fight in England and Manchester. Is very happy for big organization, for big hotel, for big arena, for big fans. And he hope a regular fight. He hope a regular opponent.
Okay. Well, tell me this: is Anthony Kakachi the best guy that you have fought? What do you think? Is Anthony Kakachi the best guy that Michael Magnesi has fought?
Magnesi is a boxer undefeated. Magnesi 21 fight, 21 win. Magnesi is now the champion. And Kakashi is the opponent. Magnesi is a strong boxer. And Kakashi is a technical boxer. Saturday night is a best fight. It's a good fight. Because one technical boxer against one fighter. This is a a true boxing. This is a good, very, very good fight.
It's a great fight. Look, there is a member of Michael Magnesi's team who I'm going to call out. Can you please come and translate?
Okay, listen. Hey, guys.
Because I don't think...
No disrespect to these fighters, but is there I understand it's going to be a little grueling to get to, but the undercard press conference is almost done. And then Joyce and Joseph Parker should be coming out within the next 15 minutes or so. Because this shit put me to sleep, and I just woke up. I'm going to be here streaming during the main event and covering the card, though, on Saturday. Very, very busy Saturday. Very extremely busy Saturday. I'm talking about from Friday into Saturday. Friday is Shakur Stevenson and Robinson Contecow. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern on Top Rank on ESPN. Then this card starts on ESPN Plus Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then over on the Zone, you have Terry Harper, Hannah Rankin, and Maxie Hughes, Kid Galahad, which was supposed to be the main event, Lee Wood and Mauricio Lara. Then Saturday night, you have the return of Floyd Mayweather fighting in Japan in an exhibition, 3 rounds against Mikuru Asakura. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be busy as shit on Saturday. So I'm trying to get all my shit taken care of today. Also, we got Deontay Wilder. We're going to be streaming that. We stream all pay-per-view media workouts. We're going to be streaming the Deontay Wilder media workout, which is today at 4 p.m. Eastern. He's doing a media workout from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas for his October the 15th fight against Robert Helenius, PBC on Fox pay-per-view.
From a personage like and Rebel Charlie.
And I got to admit, I told you guys over the weekend, that we may be getting an announcement. I don't want to say we are, but it's looking like, it might be this week. Spence Crawford, it might be this week.
First bell rings.
And I haven't been talking like that. I haven't been saying it's going to be announced. None of that. I've been even steering away from Spence Crawford videos. But I'm hearing it might be this week.
The night of 24.
Like on some Sunday night shit.
See the IBO super featherweight world champion taking on Anthony Kakachi. Anthony, talk to me. You've heard a lot there. You've heard a few translations. You've heard a few stray translations. We've heard about Andrea Bocelli. How are you feeling heading into this fight?
I'm feeling great. Who gives a shit about Andrea Bocelli? You know what I mean?
He's a good singer. He's a good singer.
But we're fighting at the end of the day, so he's a good champion, 21-0, strong and whatever else. But we'll see on Saturday night how strong he is.
Is this your breakout fight, Anthony?
I hope so. I'm at 33, it has to be now or never. So I feel like he's a perfect opponent. I'm not gonna have to go looking for him. He's gonna come, marching me down. So it could be a bad thing for him.
Do you feel your power is a little bit overlooked? Because I've heard Carl Frampton say before, many years ago, that no one's hit him like Anthony Kakachi has hit him. And then, I don't know, he doesn't seem to be too hyped about it from what I've seen.
Yeah, this dude thinks he's, fucking invincible or what, but it's like, he's a good champion, but he hasn't been hit by anyone like me yet, and he's going to find out on Saturday night what it's like to be hit.
Sì, sabato sera ci diamo da fare, dai, facciamo un bel incontro.
So let's close the deal on Saturday night, and we make a great match.
Yes, happy days.
There you go. Anthony Kakachi, Michael Magnesi, the IBO World Super Featherweight Championship on the line on Saturday night. Let's talk now about the co-main event. It's an absolute cracker. Look at all these belts. Look, Sarah Mahfoud's belt's here now as well, the IBF. We were waiting for it a little bit, but it has arrived. And, of course, we've got these glorious WBC and WBO World Championships. It's a unification fight. It's in the featherweight division. It's an absolute cracker. We're delighted to have it on this show, working alongside Most Valuable Promotions. And I'll speak first to Sarah. Sarah, welcome. Welcome to the UK. Your first fight outside of Denmark.
Yeah.
How are you feeling fighting away from home?
It's not that far. It's only 2 hours away by plane, so it doesn't feel that far. And I actually like it. I enjoyed everything of this, the public workout yesterday and the press conference today, and I really look forward to the fight on Saturday.
I saw something on your Instagram where you said you are ready for war. Are you bringing a war to Amanda Serrano on Saturday night?
Yeah, that's why we're here, I think. We both want to take it all, so we have to fight for it.
I was speaking to members of your team last night, and they said there's a lot of talk about Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano and other fights, and maybe there's not enough talk about you and what you can do. Do you feel as though you, as an unbeaten champion, may be a little bit overlooked heading into Saturday?
No, I don't see it that way. I got this belt. I've earned it. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to step into the big stage. And I really respect Amanda, and I really look forward to stand again, front her in the ring.
What is it about your style that can cause Amanda Serrano problems on Saturday?
We have a plan, and we prepared for this. I've seen how Amanda fights, and I think I have good chances. I believe in it. I have to.
And what do you see when you're looking at her? I mean, she's a star of boxing here. You're not in awe, are you? I mean, some girls probably are, right? Because she's a role model and an idol to so many. What do you see when you look at Amanda Serrano?
I wanted this fight for a long time. So, of course, Amanda is a great fighter, boxer, who I also have looked up to. And now to stand in front of her in the ring is a big honor to me and a big opportunity.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Amanda, I mean, how does that sound? All these girls that fight you, they come along, they sort of idolise you as well.
I kind of feel old. I've been professional for 13 years, but that's a great mindset, to have you come into the sport to become champion, and you want to, achieve that goal. I have 2 out of the 4 belts, and that's why I want to fight Sarah Mahfoud. If Sarah Mahfoud didn't have the IBF, I think I would have not, want to fight her. But it's a dream to become undisputed champion. So she has a piece of the puzzle, and that's why we want to fight.
Look, you've already achieved so much in the sport. You're in the Guinness Book of World Records, 7-weight world champion. Unfathomable, really, to do that. What is keeping the fire burning in you to keep going and keep wanting to achieve more? And what more do you want to achieve?
Well, like I said, becoming undisputed champion, being the first undisputed champion coming out of my island, Puerto Rico, is one of my goals. And continue to open the doors for these women, It was really hard for me in the beginning, for women in the beginning, and now we're getting so much bigger and better opportunities, and I'm glad that I was able to see it, to live it, and to open the doors for the girls and watch them grow as well.
I heard you say in an interview yesterday that you're more excited for this fight than you were for the Katie Taylor fight. Is that right? Did I mishear?
I think you
misheard.
Yeah, all my fights.
You're excited, right?
Yeah, no, I get super excited. I mean, this fight it's a fight that we've been wanting for a very long time. Being for a couple of years, and now it's happening. And I want to thank everybody who's involved in getting this fighting here in the UK for the first time was another dream of mine. UK have the best fans. They're so supportive of women's boxing. So I'm glad I get 2 for 1 in one night.
Well, you've got a tough test in front of you. Sarah Mahfoud here, she hasn't lost in 10 years. There's no easy fights when you're looking to go belt collecting like you are, huh?
No, definitely. I know Sarah, she's undefeated world champion, and she's not going to make it easy for me to go and just take it, but neither am I. I worked hard for my babies. These are my babies. I have no life. Boxing is my life, and these are my babies, and I just want to continue to add to my collection.
Your last fight was at lightweight, that historic fight. against Katie Taylor at Madison Square Garden. You're back at featherweight. Tell me, what is the difference between Amanda Serrano, a lightweight, and Amanda Serrano, a featherweight?
You will see it come Saturday night. I'm faster. I feel stronger. I'm featherweight's where I've been campaigning featherweight since I was an amateur. So I mean, this is where I feel good. It's easy to make the weight. You know, usually when I go up in weight, I'm always the smaller girl in the ring. So I'm at a disadvantage. Come Saturday night, I'm not.
You've said to me before that for you, the fight doesn't really start until you've been punched in the face. Tell me more about this.
Yes. I mean, the party don't start till I get punched. That's my motto. And I don't mind taking one to give you to a heart of mine.
Are we expecting an all-time classic at the AO Arena Manchester on Saturday? Because it sounds like it.
Of course, I'm going to be vintage Amanda, the real deal Serrano. Nothing less than that. I'm coming with my whole heart, like I do in every fight. So it's going to be a great night of boxing. The whole card is an amazing card, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
And finally, Amanda, a message to everyone who's going to be watching you in New York, in Puerto Rico, and all around the world, all the fans that you've got. What would you like to say to them?
Just, you know me. I'm going to go out there. I give it all I have in the ring. I'm going to leave it in the ring. And new IBF champion. Yeah. And then don't blink. Don't blink. Well, do not blink. We've got a stellar undercard topped, of course, by Amanda Serrano and Sarah Mahfood in what could be an incredible unification fight in the featherweight division. We're going to move these tables now. We're going to do some face-offs, and then we'll come back with the main event, Joyce and Joe Parker. Thank you to everyone, and good luck to you all on Saturday. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
This table staying.
Yes. Do you mind holding on to it so it's in the flat? Otherwise, it'll be the centre of all the face-off. That would take more.
Tues.
How you guys doing? You guys all right? Hectic morning. Oh, my camera lens fell down. I thought this press conference wasn't going to be starting until now. So it started at like 6:45 a.m. It's now 7:53. So we've been live, for an hour and 7 minutes. The main event press conference is coming up next. Joyce and Joseph Parker are going to be coming out. They're going to be fighting here in the States. It's going to be on ESPN Plus at 2 p.m. Eastern on Saturday when the main card is going to start. And BT Sport box office over in the UK. Yeah, this press conference was bored as shit. So I walked away. I left. You know, I'm just getting back. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it. It didn't put you to sleep. So yeah, I wasn't watching that mess. No way. But yeah, the winner of Joyce versus Parker is supposed to be, it will be the mandatory for Alexander Usyk. The current mandatories right now, IBF is Felix Hergovitz. WBO is the winner of this fight. WBA is the winner of Huey Fury, Michael Hunter. They have to fight Daniel Dubois to be the WBA. But yeah, I'm doing all of my food prep. As soon as this press conference is over, I'm going to go get some food, making some meatloaf. And I'm going to be in here working because tomorrow night is Shakur Stevenson versus Robson Konsakow from Newark. And I should have went to that fight, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Hrgovic had got a gift. Definitely got a gift. Definitely got a gift. But yeah, next week is a dead week in boxing. But can you believe already it's October? October's next week. Where did this month go? Where's time going? Jeez, killing me. It's killing me, mates. It's killing me, mates. It's killing me. So anyway, what's going on? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm getting fucking shit going on. I got 2 big trials coming up that's involving like so much fucking money. And I'm trying to do all these different things all at one time. Trying to be a YouTuber, a podcaster, a father's rights advocate, painting the house. That's what's really got me a little untethered, painting the damn house. Like, geez. Like, you ever, like, what's one home activity that you hate? Like, one home, like, chore you hate the most? I can't stand painting, and I can't stand cleaning the grill. I can't stand cleaning the grill. That's my 2 things. You know, I can wash some dishes. I can clean the shit out a house. I can wipe some walls. I can do all that home chore shit. You know, cut the grass, all that. You know, but I cannot stand painting. Like, I just be sitting there cussing like, stupid ass fucking paint. Damn it, I should have paid somebody to do this shit. I'm hoping these motherfuckers come out now. Get these people, you know, out. No, I heard some stuff that Spence Crawford's coming, possible announcement this week. And I haven't been talking Spence Crawford. There's been a lot of motherfuckers on social media and on YouTube and shit been lying. Like, I've never seen this much lying in boxing on YouTube. And like, it's never been this bad. All the clickbait headlines and all that shit. You know why? Because there's not a lot of money in boxing, in covering boxing on YouTube. If you honest, it's not. You got to sensationalize and make up. Damn, my man fucking ill. How hot is it in there? My man is sweating all liquor out. But yeah, I've never seen so much just like lying and boxing. You know, that's why I just stay in my lane. I just do my little boxing videos, mind my business. I don't get involved in internet beefs. Remember, for those who watching, I used to be involved in all that shit. Nope, not no more. T-Street stay to his motherfucking self. T-Street don't get involved in none of that shit no more. I just do my little videos, do my streams. It's mind my motherfucking business. Boxing. Yeah, the worst part is like painting the ceiling. Like, you gotta bend back on the ladder, like, shit, you know? Or when you gotta put the tape down, you know, like the painting tape. Oh yeah, we can go check on another press conference while they're coming out. Thank you, Joe. Let me pull that up real quick on the match room. For the Maxie Hughes Kid Galahad card, Hannah Rankin and Terry Harper. So we're going to basically be watching 2 press conferences right now, since they're on break here. Oh, it hasn't officially started yet. Here we are. Hasn't officially started yet, but we'll be checking in. Yeah, I do not like painting. Like now, like, and I'm thinking like, bro, I'm about to hire somebody to do this shit. Like, you know, because I'm just finishing the kitchen. I got to paint the bathroom, and then the living room is going to be a nightmare. Like, I have a huge living room, and it goes up the steps, and it's I'm already dreading it. But the holidays are around the corner. You know, my daughter's supposed to be moving in full time. It's a lot of shit going on, you know. And also, I need stability, because I want to finally be able to sit down and focus on my boxing career, man. Shit. That's all I want to do is play video games and cover boxing. I'm kind of semi-retired. I've been semi-retired. I'm not going to say retired. I still work, but I don't have to work for anyone. Does it make sense? So I just want to be home, just, you know, have my house taken care of, take care of my kid, take care of my pop, cover boxing, play video games. That's it. You know, and medicate with my medicinal marijuana. That's it. That's it. Like, that's a cool ass life, you know? But yeah, we got a press conference starting over here. Let's go check in on this one. Who you got for what fight and why, Richmond? I think Joyce gonna pull it off, but my prediction's been kind of fucked up lately, man. I've been on a bad streak, but I was being kind of a simpleton. I made some dickhead predictions. For example, I picked, and don't judge me, I picked Luis Ortiz to beat Andy Ruiz. Already, you should have known. I'm surprised people didn't say I was off the wagon on fucking fentanyl. I picked Andy Ruiz to lose to Luis Ortiz, and Luis Ortiz is fucking 54 years old. Then, the very next week, 13 days later, I picked fucking Golovkin to beat Canelo. And I was sober. So, something ain't right. I need to talk to my therapist. Something ain't right. No way. Like, so you know what? I think Joyce going to pull it off, but I don't know if I'm in my right mental state to make such a prediction. So T Street's going to take a step back from predictions and get his shit together. And I was on a good streak too. I had picked Canelo to beat Bivol. I had picked Usyk to beat Joshua twice. Tyson Fury to beat Fury. Haney to beat Kambosos, you know? And then old ass Luis Ortiz. Like, and I knew better. And I went on camera and I said it in front of thousands. Let's go check in on this press conference. Well, actually, the main event fighters are here, but they're not on the stage. They're on the stage. So let's wait for them to sit down and then go listen to Eddie for a minute. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe, and T Street Controversy with 5-360.
An event that was supposed to be headlined by Lee Wood against Maurizio Lara. And it's horrendous when you get that call, especially when you'd sold nearly 9,000 tickets. The card, as we still see, tremendous card from top to bottom. And then all of a sudden you get the text from Ben Davison to let you know that Lee Wood has torn his bicep. At that time, it's a very difficult decision. Obviously, you have to offer refunds. A lot of the tickets come back. The event is not what you first sold it to your broadcaster with on DAZN, but you have a tremendous roster of fighters that have trained and prepared hard to fight, to achieve their dreams, to win world championships, and to get paid. And we all know that boxing is a sport where you only get paid when you fight. And there's a lot of people on these two tables that I didn't quite have the heart to tell them that the fight was no longer happening, because people have worked hard for this opportunity. As I said, people were attempting to achieve their dreams and legacy on Saturday night as well. And we still have a fantastic card, of course, with these two big main event fights as well. The Yorkshire Derby in the lightweight division, Maxie Hughes, I guess no longer the Cinderella man, now the headliner. Exactly, against the former IBF featherweight world champion Kid Galahad as well, and a brilliant female fight as well. Terry Harper bidding to become a two-division world champion against a female fighter that's on a tremendous run, of course, world champion Hannah Rankin as well on this card. So much great young talent that we'll speak to on the table beneath us, of course, live on DAZN around the world this weekend. Rhiannon, we'll start with you. We were joking earlier about Anthony Crolla moaning about the hard work that he's been putting in. You have too, obviously, and a big fight for you on Saturday. Former world champion contender Adina Kiss obviously had a very close fight with Cindy Serrano as well, and a big step up in terms of levels for you at the weekend.
Yeah, I know. When he put that tweet out, I was like, get the violins out. I'm the one making weight. You don't even have to make weight anymore. All he's bothered about is his hair. But no, I think it'll be a really good learning fight for me. You know, she's got a lot of experience. She's been in with Amanda Serrano, Michaela Mayer, and, you know, I'm just looking to put on a really good performance this weekend.
The experience for you travelling and fighting abroad was a great one. last time out, and a chance for you to get that experience under your belt as you go through the ranks. But this fight, a step up, and really puts you in a position to move into championship fights in 2023.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that me, Paul and Ant are really looking forward to next year, stepping up and hopefully looking to fight for some titles. So it's just a really exciting time, and I think going over to Spain and dealing with the adversity of that fight, with everything that went on, I think it puts me in good stead.
Looking forward to seeing action on Saturday, as we are with Mohamed Samir as well. Mohamed, opportunity knocks when unfortunately Nico Levias had to pull out of the fight with injury as well. Lee Eaton came on. We said we've got a very exciting prospect. It's going to sell bundles of tickets, of which you've done as well. Big opportunity to fight on a big platform at the weekend.
First of all, I'd like to thank yourself and Matchroom for giving me this opportunity. My manager Lee Eaton for sorting everything out. I literally got the call last Friday, and I got the tickets on Monday evening, and we've already got about 150 sold. So we've got a lot of people coming down on Saturday, and they'll be making a lot of noise. And I've always dreamt of being on cards like this, and yeah, man, it's a dream come true kind of thing. And I'm ready to perform on Saturday night.
What should fans on DAZN be looking out for from you? Obviously, you won't be known to the masses yet, but chance to make a statement. Young man to your left, Janae Boston, who just featured on a show, caught everybody's eye, now signs a pro deal, boxing on all our big shows now, and really the opportunity lies ahead for you as well.
Yeah, 100%. I've got an exciting style. I'll come to fight, and yeah, man, Saturday night I'm going to show everyone what I'm about.
Look forward to seeing action to the young man to your left, Janae Boston. Watched you last time out. Every now and again you just see a fighter, you think, this kid's special. I mean, I didn't want to tell Grant Smith at the time, but he's been talking about you for such a long period of time. After the fight, he came over and he said, and he was ill in that fight as well. And I thought, blimey, if he was ill in that fight, this kid's got plenty of levels to get to as well. Janae, back in action, quick turnaround now, officially part of the Matchroom Boxing and DAZN team. Been a spring in the step lately, ready to go to work again.
Well, I did warn you, Ed. I did tell you, look, get your pen and paper out because you'll be signing me after this, and here we are. Look, I'm not surprised to be here, but I'm privileged. Look, end of the day, I've got big things I'm planning, and I'm going to make the most of this opportunity, and I'm looking on putting a big performance on Saturday and carrying on forward with my career.
I think when you look at a young fighter's development, you've got the two, obviously you're a good amateur as well, but because of your age as well, didn't go on and progress at the levels of three gentlemen to your left as well, with Chev and Sol and Cyrus as well. But you look at those guys and know that sometimes you have to do a little bit more to impress people. You're 2-0 now. You have a tough fight against another 2-0 fighter at the weekend.
All right, we're gonna keep this up, but we gotta cut Eddie off.
Welcome back to Manchester. Look, we've just had the Undercard press conference. We've seen Amanda Serrano, all those belts, Sarah Mahfood, all those belts. And there's an important belt on the line on Saturday night. You've got two of the very best heavyweights in the world sat next to me here, Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker, with the WBO interim heavyweight championship on the line. It's a fight of significance. It's two of the best in the world. It's BT Sport box office, and it's at the AO Arena, Manchester, just down the road on Saturday. It's brought to you by Queensbury in association with Boxer, and it's one that we're all very excited about. As you can see, we've got a very busy top table here, plenty of voices that you're going to want to hear from. On the Joe Parker side of things, we have Joe Parker's long time, he's represented Joe Parker for so long, Mr. David Higgins, who's always exciting at a press conference, and we're looking forward to hearing his thoughts. We have Andy Lee, former world middleweight champion, now turned trainer. He is, of course, the trainer of former world champion Joe Parker. And of course, Ben Shalom of Boxer, who is Joe Parker's promoter. And sat next to me here, a man who's looking to become a two-time world heavyweight champion one day soon, Joseph Parker. On the Joe Joyce side of the table, we have Ismail Salas, who's the long-time trainer of Joe Joyce. You've probably seen him this week in those platform boots. I don't know how he keeps up in them, but it's great fun watching one of their workouts. We've got Adam Morley, long-time manager of Joe Joyce of S-Jam Boxing, and we have Queensbury CEO George Warren, who is joining us, and sat alongside him, the unbeaten Olympic silver medalist, the juggernaut, the man steamrolling his way towards the top of the heavyweight division Or so he thinks. I'm sure Joe Parker has some other ideas. We'll speak first to George Warren. George, a great show, Saturday night. It's one that's been in the making for a little while. Tee this one up for us.
I think we're all just happy to finally get this fight on. Credit to both guys. It's a fight. I think Steve Bunce got it pretty accurately yesterday in the Independent when he said it's not a fight that either guy really needed, but here we are, and it's a testament to both guys for stepping up and doing it. WBO number 1, WBO number 2, the interim title's on the line, and whilst some people might not like that word, it's an important word, particularly at the moment in the heavyweight division, because we all know Usyk with the unified titles is angling towards a possible undisputed fight early next year with Tyson Fury. But the belt that's won on Saturday night is going to play a lot into what happens for the remainder of 2023 in the heavyweight division. We are here because Joe Joyce wanted this fight. That's the reason. We've worked very hard to get there. I think both sides have probably admitted.
Why Frank Warren ain't there?
Thought we had it done, and we didn't. And thankfully we managed to resolve some issues and get it done and over the line. It's going to be a cracking night. It's a stacked card. Really, really, really happy to be working with so many different promoters, including Boxer. Appreciate their support, and particularly from Ben and from Sky for allowing us to make this and to make it happen on BT Box Office. That type of good spirit nature is required in this sport at times, and we see it across the whole card, to be honest, if I'm honest. We've got Lou DiBella working with us with regards to the Anthony Cacace Michael Magnesi fight. The great, the legend Amanda Serrano looking to unify again in her division, working with MVP Jake Paul and Nikisa. Credit to them for being there, and even our friends at Top Rank for taking us with ESPN Plus. So this really is a culmination of a lot of different promotional companies coming together, making fights happen, delivering for fight fans. We're going to have a cracking atmosphere in there. Enthusiastic about it all, and for me, I just can't wait for it. I think it's one of those. Everyone's got their opinion on the outcome of the fight. For me, this guy wins. I think he wins it. I think he's going to win it in style, and that's it. It's Saturday night. At the end of the day, the talk will all be done. But I'm confident in, and that's why we're here.
Before I move over to Ben, just George, obviously you're picking your man here, Joe Joyce, to win this fight. Tell us what he does better than Joe Parker and why you think he's going to win the fight.
I think they're both very, very good fights. I mean, listen, you don't sit number 1 and number 2 in a governing body, and obviously up until the fight was sanctioned for the interim title, they held high ratings with other governing bodies, and independent rankings legitimately rate these guys certainly in the top 10. Arguably, both could be sitting here and contested as being top 5 fighters. I just think overall it is Joe Joyce whose engine, his willpower, his determination, his size and his strength that's going to see him come through this. Joe Parker is a former world champion, a very, very accomplished fighter. He's got a great training team, particularly training with Andy Liam up in with Tyson. That's certainly going to do him some credit for the fight, but I just think the momentum's with Joe, and I think this is his time to shine.
Well, let's bring in Ben Shalom. Ben, I was going to say welcome, but really you're welcoming us. This is your neck of the woods, Manchester. At the launch press conference, you were pretty adamant that Joe Joyce had made a mistake by taking this fight. Now that we're here, a couple of days away, do you stand by those comments and tell us your general thoughts heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, to echo George's word, I think outside the top 4 guys, maybe this is the biggest fight in the division with what's on the line. He mentions Joe Joyce wanting this fight. When we signed Joseph Parker, despite him signing with us, he said to me, Ben, if there is a way to make this Joe Joyce happen, this fight happen, make it happen. And we managed to work with George. We managed to get the terms that Joseph wanted, and George was great with that. But this is the fight that Joseph Parker wanted. Make no mistake about that. And so to be able to get it on for him, he feels like this is an opportunity that is coming at the right time in his career, given he's now with Andy Lee, he's now had a few fights with Andy Lee, he feels like he's coming into the peak of his career. He's 30 years old. he's a former world champion, but he's 30 years old. He's 7 years younger than Joe Joyce, and he feels fresh, he feels ready, he's got the experience, and this, we felt like, was the perfect fight. And yeah, thankfully, with Queensberry and obviously with BT as well, the fight is on, and the fans are happy, and I think the card's very, very good as well, and I can't wait for Saturday night.
Well, let's bring in Adam Morley of S-Jam. So long you've been in the corner of Joe Joyce, and I've heard you say in interviews this week that this is the fight that takes Joe Joyce to the next level.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. I mean, we have tremendous respect. I personally have respect for Joe, but as a team we have tremendous respect for Joseph Parker. You know, a former world champion, but he's got the heart of a warrior, and he's elite. He's at the top level, and he's a world champion, and Joe wants to get there. I think that Joe Joyce can get there, and Joe Joyce will get there on Saturday night. I think Joe's team have at least publicly been saying things which show very little respect for Joe Joyce. I heard someone on their side say he had zero boxing ability. I think you look at this man, he's 14-0, he's going to go 15-0. Find me a British heavyweight that's got his resume at 14-0. He's not fought anyone with a losing record. He's beaten former world champions, beaten Daniel Dubois, who everyone said would flatten him in 2 or 3 rounds. He consistently defies expectations and consistently defies the disrespect that he gets.
He came in with a chip on his shoulder.
I think on Saturday you're going to see the real level of Joe Joyce and what he does when he faces off against a fighter at the very top of the division. No doubt when Joe wins, people will still criticise things. But this guy is going up and up and up and only going one way. And for me, Usyk, Fury, Joe Joyce are the top 3 in the division.
What do you make of comments that are floating around out there from the Parker camp that this could be an easy fight for Joe Parker?
I think sometimes people say things to make themselves feel better. I don't think they're serious about that. I think you've got people like David Higgins, Andy Lee, both very experienced, both understand boxing. It's the opposite of an easy fight. I mean, it won't be an easy fight. I think they both know that. I think they're all trying to make themselves feel confident, give themselves some confidence, pretend it'll be an easy fight. Joseph Parker is saying he's going to finish the fight early. I just don't think that stands up to any scrutiny, that comment.
Well, let's speak to David Higgins, who I don't think has made comments like that. David Higgins, you've been with Joe for his whole career, as far as I understand, certainly the most part of it. How are you feeling heading into this fight, this important fight?
David Higgins like to talk shit too.
Thank you, everyone. We're feeling good, and it's a privilege to be here back in action in Manchester for the 4th time. Joseph's had 3 fights in Manchester so far, 3 wins. And he's been welcomed by Tyson Fury and the wonderful people around him as almost like family. So it's not like fighting in enemy territory. It's almost like a home fight. So we love it here, and we've got a good record here. I think to say that this stuff flies around on social media, but to suggest we don't respect Joyce is silly. We've massive respect for Joyce. There's a reason that most top heavyweights have avoided Joe Joyce. Obviously, that amateur pedigree, the medal, unbeaten, and all those attributes of height and whatever. Like he's a formidable opponent. But our Joseph Parker has never shied away from risk, has stepped as quick as possible into the biggest fights, the biggest occasions, with an eye for the world title. I think the 4th quickest to get the WBO title, backed up against Dillian White, got robbed. Maybe it should have been a draw. We'll talk about that later. But the point being, I think the fans, they don't care about the politics. They want to see the big fights on the big stages, the best versus the best. And I think outside the title holders, in Joyce and Parker, you've got 2 heavyweights at the very top. Some people are calling it a 50-50 fight. It's an international blockbuster event on worldwide TV. It's intriguing. There's pros and cons with both guys. Obviously, Joyce, we talked about that height, that reach, all of that. But, you know, Parker, look at his resume. Andy Ruiz Jr., Takam, Chisora twice, Joshua, that level of experience even into the late rounds, you could almost call Joseph Parker a veteran at that level. Joyce certainly has not been at that level, so when Joe Joyce is going to sleep, he might be wondering how he's going to go up at that next level. And you know, credit to Joe Joyce and his team for making it happen. There's been a bit of politics, like it's taken probably nearly a year to make the fight. That's not ideal, but hey, none of that matters now. There's only 3 things that matter. Most of all, who wins the fight, that matters. Second, no one gets robbed by the judges or the referee. You know, you don't have the referee pulling one guy off when he shouldn't be. You don't have judges favouring the close rounds. Nothing against the panel of officials. I think they've all got good track records, and we're just looking for a straight bat that, you know, it's a fair fight. And then the third thing is that all the bills get paid, everyone gets paid. That's all that matters now. Who wins, fair fight, everyone gets paid. So, you know, we're grateful for the opportunity, and thank you for having us.
So, David, just on that point, your money's in escrow.
Yeah, it's an escrow to someone else, not to Parker.
So David, it's in escrow. So
it is, but it's not.
But let's talk about the fight. Okay, it's been a very frustrating time dealing with you, to the point that we had to bring in different people to get the fight made. Let's not go down that road. Let's talk about the fight. Your money's in escrow.
Yes.
Let's talk about the fight then.
Question. Go on. Anything else, David? I mean, I've
told you.
I've made my point. 3 things: who wins, fair fight, no one gets robbed, money gets paid, no problem.
Let's bring in.
If Joyce wins, awesome. You know, he deserves it. We just want a fair fight.
Well, let's bring in Ismail Salas. There's a lot to unpack there. Ismail, one of the comments that I heard was that Joe Joyce will be going to sleep on Saturday night. I know you've got a different opinion. Talk to me. How are you seeing this one?
Okay, good afternoon to everyone. I've been following Mr. Joe Parker and his team, his training camp for this fight, and he's been doing a great conditioning. He went to the track
bad blood
every day, working hard. But one thing I like to say to the team: you can run, but remember, you can hide. When the bell is on, you will see the real juggernauts.
How important was it to get that fight in July? A little bit of activity, a little chance to work on some stuff. How important is that in relation to this fight, the fact that you got out there?
Yeah, every fight is important in this level, no? For Joseph Park or Joe Joyce, is one step forward for get the big fight. So I believe his team is working so hard, like we does. We've been working with so many good sparring partners. We have like 89 round sparring round for this fight. So yeah, yes, that's why I like to say, you know. So the hammer fight was break the ice. He broke the ice because in 18 months it was a layoff, no fight for different pandemic or situation. But at the end of the day, we fought. Joe Joyce switch on his engine. We tested his engine. Everybody knew he was a man down. As we will see on Saturday night, man down, man down.
Man down. Well, that feels like a good time to bring in Andy Lee. Andy, you have been quite bullish when talking about this fight. It was yourself that said it could be, and I stress again, could be an easy fight for Joe Parker. You said if you compare the two boxers, they are leagues apart. Tell us more, and tell us your reaction to the man down comment from Ismail Salas.
Well, any fight can be made an easy fight, depending on what style you use and the tactics you use. And Joseph Parker has been well drilled throughout this camp. He knows what he has to do to make this an easy fight. I'm not going to say anything about how he should do it, but he knows, and I know. we don't disrespect. I mean, no disrespect to Joe Joyce. We all know his credentials in the sport and what he's done so far. He hasn't fought anybody like Joseph Parker yet. It will be a hard fight, but at this level, that's a minimum requirement to work hard. But Joseph Parker has all the skill, the speed and the talent, the patience and determination to win this fight easy if he does it well.
And you mentioned about them being leagues apart. An opportunity to explain that comment or double down or whatever you want to say.
Who's got the faster hands? Parker. Who's got the faster feet? Parker. Who's more coordinated? Parker. Who's got the most experience? Parker. Who's the younger man? Parker. Who's probably the one, arguably now, with one punch power, knockout power? Parker. So in that sense, when you put it all together, Parker is leagues apart. Joyce is big, strong, good engine, takes a good punch and punches hard himself. We know what we're up against. But as I said, this is elite. Joe's reaching new levels all the time. Forget what you've seen in the past from Parker. You only saw a glimpse of it in the second Chisora fight. Every week, every day in the gym, he's improving and reaching new levels. And he has a different mindset now. He's a different person completely. In his life, outside the ring, and in the gym, and in his preparation and his professionalness. And he's only tapping into his potential. This is just another step for Joseph Parker on the way to become a two-time world champion.
Everyone up there seemed sedated or like they were fighting a hangover or something, and they had to make it to this press conference.
There were comments from Joe Joyce where he referred to you as Little Joe Tickle. It went fairly viral. It was quite funny at the time. Do you feel as though he's got sort of no respect for your power to suggest that your power is ticklish? What do you think?
Firstly, afternoon, everyone. Good to see you all.
What kind of fucking shit was that?
Team Parker here, travel from New Zealand, Team Fury. Welcome, team. Listen, I don't really care what he thinks or what his opinion is on my power or how I fight. He'll get a taste of it on Saturday night. I've done the work, and I back everything that Andy says, and we've put in the work. Me and Andy in the gym every day, grinding away. You know, you got Tyson there joining our runs and our training and cheering us on and bringing positive vibes. So I've done, got the food, the recovery, everything. Everything is being ticked off in this camp. So there's no excuses, there's no doubts, there's no reason why I'm going to go in there and lose this fight. I'm going to go in there and win. And win well.
Do you agree with Andy that it could be an easy night for you on Saturday?
It depends. It depends on what I show up as. Joe Joyce has one style. I don't see any adjustments. I don't see any change. It depends how I show up.
Well, look, he's right here. I just want you to have a look at him. Tell me what you see when you look at Joe Joyce. There's been plenty of videos out there on social media. There's been words like lump used quite frequently. What do you see when you look at Joe Joyce?
A lump. A big man. A man that's confident, a man that's ready, but a man that's going to be stopped in his tracks.
This cringe as fuck. For real.
Do you truly believe that?
Yes, I truly believe that.
Oh, excellent.
I am very confident going into this fight, no doubt. I'm going to stop you right in your tracks.
Maybe we do need a little bit of cuss words.
Hype train.
Was that hype train? Oh, okay.
Well, Joe, let's
see.
We shall see. We shall see. Joe, happy birthday for Monday, 37 now.
Oh, happy birthday for Monday.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you looking to give him birthday beats? Is that the plan?
Huh?
Birthday beats, is it?
No, give him a cake after the fight. 37, very old.
Get my Zimmer frame out. Suddenly, you've been in the sport a long time, actually.
I do. I have.
Seasoned vet.
Very, very much. But I've got a lot more to give. I feel like I'm refreshed and renewed.
Oh, keep repeating that over and over. You'll believe it.
Yeah, I do believe it. That's why I keep saying it.
Joe, Joe Joyce here, and welcome. Good to speak to you. something in the build-up, and I asked you about this yesterday as well. Joe Parker here is seeing a psychologist. A lot of boxers do it. There's no problem with it. He's been doing it for a little while in his career. What do you think of that?
Maybe there's something he needs, some weakness in his mental capabilities that he needs to work on, I would imagine.
I don't know what to say, or I don't know how to reply to his comments.
Well, look, another thing, Joe, what do you make of these comments that there could be an easy night against Joe Joyce? Is there such a thing as an easy night against Joe Joyce?
I don't believe so. He's going to find out with real-time punches and head, body, and
it's a little embarrassing.
all over.
I asked Joe Parker to have a look at you and tell us what he thought. Here's your opportunity. Have a look at Joe Parker. What do you see when you look at this man? He called you a lump. What do you think of that?
Well, I guess that's the way he sees me. And this big lump is going to be coming at you on Saturday night. And I think your training camp's you've been preparing very, very nicely. And I think it's good to see your family here and everybody here going to tune in and be there and support. So let's get it on.
Listen, you're not a lump. Dave's a little lump.
I'm a little lump. I'll take
Dave's
little
a little
lump.
lump.
To that, Dave?
I've got very little to say.
What are you going to say to that, Dave?
I've got very little to say. I'm the lump in the middle. But let's get back to the people that actually fight for a living. Joe Joyce, tell me this. There's a lot of talk about how many shots you take. And a lot of the talk from the Parker side is, he takes a lot of shots. He's got a great chin. But how many can he actually take? How many can he keep taking? That's what they're all talking about, your granite chin. Do you feel as though maybe your skills, Olympic silver medalist, unbeaten heavyweight,
Dev trying to clean it up,
a little bit overlooked in this?
Yeah, I've had a really great camp, me and my team, and Salas over there, we've been working on the technique. He's been sending me little clips of things that I need to work on in the fight. So, we're well prepared and done all the biomechanics and the just polishing up of my skills over the last camp. And it was really great to have that fight against Hammer to show I can take like 3 or 4 right hands and keep coming forward. So, I'm in a better place, gonna, improve upon from all the other, for the things that I need to improve in this fight, like the things I'm working on, etc. So I feel that I'm in the best place coming into this fight, and what a great opponent in Joseph Parker. I really look forward to this. He's, he seems ready, and there's not much more I can say. I just want to get the gloves on and fight him. But we're gonna go through this little talking session here. I hope you all enjoy it.
I think they are enjoying it. Look, Joe Parker, I'm not going to keep you all much longer, but tell me how you see this fight playing out when that first bell rings on Saturday night.
You have to tune in to see. I'm going to come out there and do my thing. I had a great camp, and I'm ready to go.
Joe Joyce, your right of reply to sign us off?
Yeah, just be there. It's going to be all-action fight. There's going to be skills. There's going to be everything that you want to see. So just make sure you're there and tune in.
Well, we're going to do some face-offs, which are going to be fun with Joe Joyce and Joe Parker. Thank you for everyone tuning in across the Queensbury, the BT and the Top Rank social media platforms. And we'll see you Saturday night live on BT Sport Box Office at the AO Arena, Manchester. Thank you.
What the hell was that? Oh my gosh. Oh. And this is the way I'm spending my Thursday morning? This is the way I spend my Thursday morning. It's 8:30. I've been here since 6:45, yo. Like, bro, I need to get my life together, right? Go get some sex or something. Jeez. That made me really question my life. By the way, this face-off is going on right now. I'm questioning. Look at fucking Terry Harper. She is huge now, bro. This is at 154. Remember, she was 130-pound champion when she had lost to Alicia Baumgartner. But we're going to head over to this press conference. But look how huge she is, bro. Terry Harper got those legs, though. Like, jeez. But she talks like somebody's nan. But, bro, like, that press conference, man. Ew. That's a fucked up way to start off the day. But we're going to be back later on because Deontay Wilder is having a media workout at 4 p.m. Eastern. Let's go full screen. So Deontay Wilder, we're going to be streaming his media workout. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern today from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Shakur Stevenson fights tomorrow night, so his weigh-in is at 1 p.m. Eastern. This fight is on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus here in the state. BT Sport box office over in the UK for 20 quid. Let's turn it up. Oh, wait, no sound. But anyway, I think I got I think I'm going with Joe Joyce. Like, dude really fights like a juggernaut. And he can do flips. It's the immature bullshit like that that influences my decisions on if I'm going to pick a fighter or not. What's that called? You ever see that movie? They be like, banana way, nah, nah. He do that shit. Like with the leg flips. Whatever it's called. It starts with a C. But yeah, that was a stinker of a press conference. Like, like, boy. Then it had the nerve to be 2 hours long. Joe Joyce is listed at 6'6". Let me pull up to be sure. He's listed at 6'6". And Joseph Parker is listed at 6'4", but that looks like a big difference right there between 6'6" and 6'4". See what I'm saying? 6'6", 6'4". But that looked like more of a bigger. Only the Strong. That joint. Yeah, that movie. With Mark Dacascos, right?
He was there tonight, and he's usually confident. He says he studied Joseph Parker and the camp, and then you'll over to.
There you go, Eddie Gordo from Tekken. That shit. That's what it is. It starts with a C. Forgot what it's called.
He's usually confident in the world they've done in the camp, and when you get to the two fighters, Joseph Parker usually relaxed.
Yeah.
And even when they tried to make comment on about him going to see a sports psychiatrist, didn't budge, just brushed it off his shoulders, and that was it. And Joe Joyce, you can't really, even now after so many fights in, we still can't really gauge when Joe Joyce is nervous or he's not nervous. It's just Joe, isn't he, all the time? It's just Joe. And I just thought, like I say, we've seen the head-to-head there when they came together at the end.
What did you think? That was quite long, a fairly extended face-off. What would be going through their heads? What do you think?
I think at this point, that for all the humour and the politeness in both fighters, it's just a sense of Joe Joyce looking down and going, this is what you do.
Thanks, Big Blunt, Big Boxing. Yeah, that's what it's called, Capraria or some shit.
And just a little face-off there, and to try and pose each other's will and look into each other's eyes to see if the confidence is what they say it is. And like you say, the size factor you could see there.
He's bigger, isn't he? You said this yesterday.
I said that yesterday.
You stood next to him. I mean, this is a monster of a man, is Joe Joyce.
No, he is, like you say, the juggernaut.
We might even bring him in.
It really is.
Joe Joyce, how are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Have we got a mic for Joe?
One of those, is it?
Give him a mic. We'll give the juggernaut a mic. So tell me this.
So got that out of the way.
Yeah. You're just fight mode now, aren't you? You're just all business now.
I think I can sense that as well.
I'm amazed.
Get things going. So
I
had a few choice words, but let my fist do the talking on Saturday night.
Tell me, when you looked into his eyes, you've done so many of these face-offs before, right? But could you read anything into it, or what did you think?
No, I think he's ready. A couple of blinks in the stare, but
were you counting?
Yeah. I think it's 2 or 3. So
it's like the old Mike Tyson in the middle of the ring when he's looking at the eyeballs. He's looking, and as soon as a blink, got you. And I said to you that the politeness of the press conference and the huge respect from both fighters, when they come to that head-to-head, that's a little sense of this is nearly here now, and Joe will be looking down and Joseph trying to impose his size and everything, and Joseph Parker will be looking up and say, you don't scare me. So it just adds that little bit more percent as it gets nearer to fight time. And I was just saying, Joe, for all the fights that you had up to now, Olympics and else, we still can't measure if there's a nervous Joe or a not nervous Joe. Is there a little thing to nerves because it's a big fight, it's an interim title, or you're just cool and calm and it's ice in your veins?
Yeah, I'm cool and calm and collected as usual. It's there's still like a couple of days to go, and like obviously I switch on when I'm in the changing room just before the fight, and you know it's like the warm up. We're still got the weigh-in tomorrow, and
that's right.
And then I've got a little sleep and that, and then I can get the fight in to go and get really serious and stuff. But yeah, it's looming closer, and it's a massive fight. So
And it was a great turnout today as well. Great turnout today as well. So it shows that the magnitude that this is catching fire. Everyone's been to tune in, and like you say, it's got to be the big fight that we all said it would be.
How does this compare to the Daniel Dubois fight? Because that was the last biggest fight of your career, where people were picking against you, and you were really up against it. Some people are picking Joe Parker to win. How does it feel compared to that fight?
Well, it was a lot more clinical in those times. Everyone's wearing masks and stuff. It was behind this like freaking screen, and it's a lot different now. There's a lot of people milling about, and there's a lot more people have showed up, and it's going to be in a big crowd in Manchester Arena. I believe it's selling out.
And Ishmael up at the top table, he's a funny guy, Ishmael, but I was just saying to Dev, years ago when he was here for Linares against Crawler, he wouldn't get on the top table. He was quite shy, quite reserved. It's not usually like him to get up there and put himself out there, but he was up there today backing you to the hill, and was fully confident in you carrying out the game plan that you've been working on in camp.
Yeah, we've got a great game plan. There's a lot of skills and stuff like that I've learned over the years from him, and we're just going it's very clear. He's even on the way up here, we drove up here, he was sending me clips and stuff and things I need to like look at and work on and stuff. So
is that clips of you or clips of Joe Parker?
Clips of Joe Parker, yeah. Right. And just some analysis. He gets really really into it, and he's got full confidence in me, and I'm very confident in myself. So so does Joseph and his team. Seems to be confident, so I think it's going to be a really great fight, and it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, I believe.
You've said that the whole time. You've never really downplayed Joe Parker, other than your little Joe tickle comment. You've never really downplayed it. You know that he's coming to fight.
Definitely, yeah, and I'm ready. He's ready, I'm ready. So yeah, it's going to be a barnstormer.
Have you got a game on pause at the moment?
No, I switched to my laptop, but I didn't really do anything, and then I just closed it down because I had to get ready. I actually had a really good sleep last night. I woke up at 11. I thought it was like 6 a.m. or something. I looked at my clock. It was 11 a.m. I was going to get ready.
The good thing is you don't have to, like most of the undercard, have got to go and train tonight, make weight or anything else. Is there a performance weight that you're going to fight at? Any heavier, any lighter? What's your best performance weight? Or are you just going to eat and do what you do and relax and just wait till the weight fight?
Luckily I don't have to do that making weight stuff, because even in the UFC they have a weight limit, and the weight I'm at now I'd have had to cut weight to get down.
Wow.
So it's a blessing that I don't have to worry about that. But I do eat healthily, and I don't want to be carrying extra unnecessary weight, and I haven't actually weighed myself, but so it'll be a surprise tomorrow.
See what you are.
See what
That's
I am.
a great life as a boxer. That's a great life.
But yeah, no, I feel good and healthy and strong, so I'm ready to fight.
Good.
37 years old now.
Yeah.
But I feel as though you probably still haven't hit your prime. What do you think? Have we seen the best Joyce yet?
Still things I'm learning. I'm still improving as well. There's mistakes that I make, and I need to correct them, etc. So that's the thing I love about boxing. You're always continually improving to get better and better. And I still feel I don't feel old. I'm you know, I've no kids yet, and like Joseph Parker.
That puts miles on the clock, right?
Yeah, you can't get no sleep and all that. But yeah, so I don't feel age is an issue. I've got a few more years left in me in prime shape, fitness. I think I'll carry on for as long as needed.
How do you think he's going to fight you on Saturday? Because the real theory out there is Joe Parker hasn't got a huge knockout percentage. Joe Joyce has a kind of unbreakable chin. So for Joe Parker to win, he's going to have to box him, he's going to have to move, and he's going to have to hold on for 12 rounds. Is that what you think he's going to do, or is he going to have a bit of a tear-up with you? What do you think?
I think he's going to be like in and out, trying to pick his shots and get like try and outpoint me and win the rounds and nick the rounds off me. Like I think, but then he's got he's saying he's faster hands, faster feet, which I agree with. He's a younger fighter. Little Joe, and I think it's going to be tough. But I need these kind of fights to get me to the next level.
Okay. Anything you want to?
No, I'm just really looking forward to it. I think that's everyone's general consensus. Mm-hmm. Joe comes out, rounds, warms in it, round 6. I've said all along this fight has got to be one down the stretch, the last 6 rounds. Joseph Parker and his team will mostly want to be banking rounds, and we're going into round 5, 4-1 up. And then looking to hold and win 2 or 3 more than last 6 to snatch a victory. It's up to Joe and Ishmael to go out and make sure he doesn't get too far ahead too early on and drag him into it and walk him onto something. The size, though, I've said it all along from yesterday seeing the pairings, I think size has got to be a key factor in this fight. Once they get up closer, there's a strong referee in Steve Gray, from what I'm led to believe, and he's got to be strong in there. And at the same time, when Joe gets up and he wants to work, he's got to let Joe go to work. He can't be breaking in every clinch and letting Joseph get up and get going. He needs to let Joe get to work when he gets him on the ropes and get going.
Yeah.
And when you get to work,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Do you think you'll have to come from behind in this fight? Then, what are you saying about Joe Parker banking early rounds? Do you think you'll have to come from behind, catch up to him?
I have to be aware of that and keep my work going, and don't let him like nick rounds like that. And it's a long, it's a 12-round fight, so there's but I want to go and like take his head off. I don't want to go to 12 rounds it's a point to like wait for the points decision at the end. Thanks.
But that's the thing with Joe, and I was saying to you, don't take this as in I was saying, he's like our own modern era George Foreman in the fact it don't matter where he hits you, whether it be there, he's having an effect and the opponents are having an effect. It doesn't always have to be a shot on the chin. The size of him, the power of him, when he hits, he has an effect, and I'm sure as soon as he starts touching Joseph Parker on Saturday night, there's got to be an effect, and how Joseph Parker reacts to that is what's key for this fight.
And Joe, look, maybe you've changed your mind a few times as to how you're going to do it, but this might be the last time I speak to you before the fight. So tell me, how are you going to do it right now, just after the press conference? What do you think?
Well, the easy way of I would say is juggernaut him, but it's going to be a lot more like complicated than that. He's a great boxer and he's got amazing skills and hand speed, footwork. So I'm going to have to. I've got in the back of my mind all the techniques and stuff that Salas has taught me and what I need to work on in the fight. So I'm going to go in there, like obviously first round, see what he's got, and just build it up from there, and like keep punching him and see how he likes it. Probably won't.
Okay, well, brilliant.
They'll go out and chin him in the first round now, and there's also talking. First shot and it's over.
I like that. I like how he said I could just go in there and juggernaut him. I guess that means when he just walked down his opponent, but he said it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that. So, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see it. Now, even though this press conference was dreadful, we've been here for fucking 2 hours, man. Still, overall, I'm looking forward to the fight. We're going to be streaming during the main event. And I didn't even get a chance to talk about Usyk and Wilder and how I feel. By the way, Usyk is saying that he's going to be at Wilder versus Helenius. Usyk is a broadcaster free agent. So will PBC go for Wilder versus Usyk if Wilder defeats Helenius, or would they stick to their plans like they notoriously do by going for Wilder versus Andy Ruiz? But I think that Wilder can beat Usyk. Unpopular. I don't. Now listen, it's all about how Usyk can take that right hand, and that right hand we seen Like, that shit ain't no joke. You know, that shit will put you down. And it's hard for me to see Usyk not taking one of them. You know? So I want that fight. You know, and I think Wilder has a chance by knockout. He won't be able to outbox Usyk. You know, and can Usyk see that right hand coming? Now, one thing about Wilder, though, when he does fire that right hand, you can kind of see it coming, especially when he starts pawing out with that jab, you know, finding that range. But still, people still get hit by that shit. You know, even Tyson Fury in 2 of the 3 fights, he didn't really get tagged by it in the second fight. You know, but that third fight, definitely. You know? But I like that. I like how Joyce said, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I could just go out there and juggernaut him, you know, just walk him down. But we're going to be streaming during the main event. You know, looking forward to it. Very busy weekend in boxing. So let me get up out of here because we're going to be back at 4 p.m. Eastern to recap Shakur Stevenson weigh-in against Robson Kontakau and preview that card. Then we're going to also be streaming and talking about the Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius full card, which is going to be on PBC on Fox pay-per-view October the 15th for